access to like. There you go.
Hey.
Hey.
All right, who wants to start? You know what? I'll do it. All right, welcome to 5 Till Midnight, everybody. I guess we're talking about Civil War and butt stuff today. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, Typo, why are you wearing? God, I have to remember that we can't curse or say certain things in the first couple minutes. Stupid ass grunt style. Fucking.
Oh my god.
Jackets.
Oh yeah, I got it as a gift, dude. It's pretty comfy.
Who got you that as a gift? They were trying to be really nice, but it just made you look incredibly.
Well, here's the thing. I don't buy my own hoodies.
Yeah.
I don't even buy my own clothes, dude. Like, I get clothes as presents and gifts, and I just wear what people give me because I really don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, grunt style seems to be kind of the stuff that like a dude would drive a lifted Chevy with a tonneau cover in and like finger high school girls in.
What about
like that's kind of what I think.
Jeep Comanche. Is that enough?
It's still kind of gay, but
I'm not allowed to go near high schools anymore, but if I could.
Do you have a tonneau cover on your truck?
No.
Is your bed absolutely spotless?
It's probably got some beer cans in it.
Okay, all right. Well, that's well, you know, we're kind of getting down there. What is it?
It's from the 16-year-old girls that hung out in the back there last week.
Did I say beer? I meant White Claws. Sorry.
Fucking, we talk about White Claw. Yeah, White Claw Power Hour sometime. Typo's White Claw Power Hour is plowing through some 16-year-olds.
I feel like it's a beanie wearing thing. Like I feel like that's a beanie wearing like
beanie
Friday
pedophiles.
Night.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Beanie file.
Beanie file.
It's a beanie file. Oh, that sounds like pedophilic. Ugh. Yeah, well, we're talking about the Civil War today and butt stuff. Typo is very accustomed to. I don't know how we get this to play. So
I said, yeah, one hole is for Jesus and the other two are for you.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
Absolutely.
Wait, which one's for Jesus?
I like it.
Both.
You know which one's for Joe. Oh, fair enough.
Does Jesus get all?
What? Shut up.
Okay, so I've not watched this yet.
All right,
We're reviewing
so
this trailer for it, made it to rounds, I guess.
A24, which is a.
I heard, Tim Pool
makes decent movies.
They do, yeah.
Tim Pool had a wicked stiffy after he saw this, and in fact, I heard that he went and saw his doctor afterwards for some relief of blood pressure.
Tim Pool is a fucking fag. Anyway, yes, this is the A24 Civil War. It's a 2.5 minute trailer. I also have the breakdown of like the states.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll talk about. I'll pull that up after this. But all right, here's the trailer for A24 Civil War.
The United States Army ramps up activity.
The White House issued warnings to the Western forces as well as the Florida Alliance.
The three-term president assures the uprising will be dealt with swiftly.
Let me know if you want to try anything on.
Are you guys aware there's like a pretty huge civil war going on all across America?
We just try to stay out. With what we see on the news, seems like it's for the best.
Citizens of America, the so-called Western forces of Texas and California have suffered a very great defeat at the hands of the United States military.
Mr. President, do you regret the use of airstrikes against American citizens? We're moving to D.C. today.
You need to go down there.
They shoot journalists on sight in the Capitol. Every instinct in me says this is death.
Bloody.
Every time I survived the war zone, I thought I was sending a warning home. Don't do this. But here we are.
There's some kind of misunderstanding here. What? We're American, okay?
Okay. What kind of American are you? You don't know?
The Western forces will reach the White House on July 4th.
Oh my God.
Get in the car! Get in the car!
Get to the chopper.
you're gonna hang back.
I'm not hanging back.
One nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go, 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 go!
God bless America.
Dig it. Actually, I'm going to be honest.
It looks okay. That's still a thing that's playing. Where the fuck did Luke go?
He couldn't handle it, dude. It was too much.
That's how I get that.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. No, it actually looked pretty good. You said you had a state-by-state breakdown. I like how they said, what was it? The Florida Army? Yeah.
Hold on. I'm going to pull it up right now.
Saw the picture of that dude with the glasses going around Twitter, and I didn't know what it was.
That's Jesse Plemons, who's a very good actor. The dude who's like, "What type of American are you?" Oh, I gotta be careful what I share on my Twitter. Hold on, wait, what's up on my screen? Okay, yeah, gotta double check. You know what I'm saying?
DMs in there.
Someone shared a Decepticon penis on mine, so it was right on the timeline. I'm like, is this like allowed?
Yeah, apparently it is.
Wait, the Western forces are the North?
The Western forces are like the North, like Montana, the Dakotas, was that Wisconsin?
Oh, dude, they're gonna make it some like.
And then the two like independent ones are like the Second Republic of Texas, and then the California. Was that the Republic of California? Then the Loyalist states, which is unfortunately Kyle, we fall into the Pennsylvania. The Loyalist.
Yeah,
I think all of us do.
Yeah, we all do.
Even Luke does because he's in Arizona.
That's right.
Damn,
we
dude.
all do. And then the Florida Alliance, which is like Oklahoma, Georgia, Arkansas, Florida, Alabama. Was that Kentucky?
Louisiana, Mississippi.
Louisiana, yeah.
I'm going down to the Florida Alliance, dude.
Florida Alliance rips probably. They're way cooler than the What's the California Alliance? A bunch of fucking Decepticons and fucking libs. they got beat up right away.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I think they're doing like on purpose. We're all like, like I think we all are thinking like this is gonna be like a right wing thing they're doing, right? But they made it from the trailer. They didn't really show any of it, like who's who. They're just like the military is taking action on multiple uprisings, and it's a civil war. Like that's kind of it, right? Like they didn't say like it's because of right-wing extremism. It's because of this, because of this. Like, I'm thinking it's going to be that because I'm fucking broken, and I think everything's that now because everything's an agenda, right?
Yeah.
But, like, to be fair, the trailer didn't show any of it, so I have no idea where this falls or lies. Like,
well, it's going to be kind of interesting because I think the people who are a little bit more involved in like the culture war, if you will, people who are a little bit more clued into political stuff like us, whether they be right leaning or left leaning, are probably going to think that it's going to be more about like who they don't like, or like they're basically going to fill this movie up with their hopes and dreams, and then like however they expect it, whatever their bias is how they kind of expect it to play out. Like, obviously we consider ourselves a little bit more right leaning, so like we think that they're probably going to be targeting the right wingers to try to make right wingers look bad. But what I kind of hope to come out of this is that it's going to be, I don't say like an apolitical movie, but it's going to be more about a theme rather than just trying to push a certain narrative. Because that's why I think, and I'm sure we've talked about this before, but like that's what great media is that when it's not about pushing an agenda, it's about, making like a story of some sort.
Yeah.
I kind of hope that whatever the reason the divide happened, it's nothing based on like whatever our politics is today. It's like some other fictional made up thing that they whatever it is. And it's like if they stay away from like whatever's driving the divide in our politics today, and they just make up a whole new world and scenario and why it happened, I think it'll play out a lot better. And even if it's, dumb reasons or we don't even like it, I don't think they don't even have to make the movie really about why we broke up. Just like there's a civil war happening,
Right. There was a movie from the 90s, I think, and I can't find it. I don't know the name. I can't. I've looked at it. I typed it into Google and I can't find it. But if I was a kid, so if I remember correctly, it was like not a civil war. It was more like I think Illinois or Indiana like decided to just secede, and it kind of followed like that, and like the press following that, and then like I remember like one of the journalists gets shot and like she dies on camera, like that. If someone could tell me what fucking movie that is, or show, or miniseries that was in the 90s, it'd be great. Because like it didn't exist. I know it exists. I just can't figure it out. But that was like that. Now they're just going to like full blown like full Civil War. 40 out of the 50 states are like fighting each other. Like you know, but also is this like a predictive programming thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
right?
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Well, there was like little subtle things too. Like that sniper had like nail polish on. Like that was like, I wonder.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Is that the woke side? You know, is that the woke?
Oh, I didn't notice that. Dude. That's a good catch.
No, I didn't either. Yeah.
Again, dude, if I get killed by the woke side in upcoming Civil War, I deserve it. You know, it's like, yeah, all right. Be here that. Like, that's great. Like, I have to go out on my own grenade. Like, there's no way.
And then the only other thing, or actually, I'll say two other things. When they're like, they killed journalists on site at Washington, like, oh, God forbid a journalist dies, you know? Like,
well, see, and that's interesting too, because they said at the Capitol, right? But do they mean like the DC Capitol, or like the Texas Capitol, or the Florida Capitol, right?
It looked like Washington. Yeah, it looked like the Washington DC Capitol. I'm guessing that's probably what they were referring to.
Probably.
So I think they're probably going to paint it from the angle of like the regime in power is a right-wing authoritarian government, and the people fighting it are probably like some center-left dissidents where they're not like completely woke, but it's just like center-left. Like I'm guessing that's probably how it's going to play out. And then I can already hear it. Ben Shapiro on Daily Wire going to say this movie's insanely woke. All the right wingers are going to, say something along that line, and then the left wingers are either going to hate it or they're just going to be indifferent to it because it wasn't woke enough. Like I think that's probably where it's going to end up. I like T-Rex point here. Currently, all the anti-woke movie commentators are playing victim and acting triggered when liberals cry when a white guy gets cast and everything. I mean, well, like this whole fucking anti-woke line of movies is just so like there's no substance to it. It's just about it's like shooting fish in a barrel. Like, yeah, a man's wearing a dress and like breaking women's jaws. Like the joke kind of writes itself.
Right. Like Jay Ford is like Texas and California as allies, not plausible. It's like, yeah, that's the thing too, is like, are they? I don't know. We really don't know too much about the movie. Like they didn't say too much. Like,
yeah, it looked like Texas
sovereign.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. That's what I thought too, is that like they're both their own individual countries.
And maybe, by the way, if they have, I don't know, again, we're just completely speculating, right? Maybe they were like, you know what, California's going to be the woke one and Texas is going to be the right wing one, and they're going to satisfy everybody, and then no one can say shit about like you just get both things out of the way.
And then the only other thing that I see, these things are just little things that I noticed, but with a guy that was like, what kind of American are you? He was clearly a white guy, and then he was talking to like two minorities or a couple minorities. And I was like, he's probably in Texas, you know?
Right. And by the way, it could have been meaning like, are you a Texas American or are you like a loyalist American? Like, who the fuck knows? We have no information, right? I get all. Yeah. But again, we are all assuming it's going to be some sort of right-wing bashing, like, you you guys like family and God, you're terrorists. It's like one of those things, you know?
Well, there was, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I saw, so when the airstrike was happening, it was like an overview, top-down view of a city being striked. One of the buildings had, like, that was being bombed, it said, like, something about Jesus on it. And I was like, is that them bombing, like, the Western forces in the north? Is that Texas? Like, I don't know. But there wasn't enough to, like, really say, like, who's on whose side, or like who's the bad guys, or quote unquote, or whatever. But I think, Adam, you're right to just rightly assume it's going to make all the right wingers look bad, and somehow like the lefty, and they might even like dig at the far left and be like, those guys are crazy too. You know?
Yeah, like I said, I think that's kind of my point, is that they're probably going to try to go center left and hope that they don't piss absolutely everybody off. But I think in that pursuit, you're probably going to piss everybody off. Like the right wingers are mostly going to hate it because they're going to say it's super woke, and then the left wingers are going to hate it because it's not woke enough. That's what happens when you try to fucking go right down the middle with shit like this. But then, like, what is a woman? What is a woman blew up because it was Matt Walsh talking to a bearded lady asking about an objective definition, right? Like, of course.
Yeah, but that plays into like other. That's more of like a look at these psychopaths. Like that's what it is too. where Matt Walsh, Matt, like I watched that, right? And he literally was just like, what is like he didn't do any provocative shit. He was like, what's a woman? And people were like, I'll kill you. It's like yo, he asked one question. Like and you guys are losing your my favorite part of that whole documentary, not to veer off from this, but when he was talking to the trans doctor who does surgeries also, the trans surgeries also, and he was like, what happens if I walked in here and I was like, I don't want my arm anymore. Would you just give me that surgery? Because I felt like I don't want my arm. And the doctor was like, no, I'd be crazy. He's like, right. So like what the fuck?
Moving on down the line here.
So what's the next logical step then? That was my favorite.
The Cali, Texas thing, if you could spend everyone else is complaining about the Tex or the Cali, Texas thing. If you could spend your disbelief that Superman can hide his identity behind glasses, you can believe this. All right, yeah, fair enough.
But I still don't think it is an ally. I don't think it's a again.
No, neither do I.
I watched Charlotte like twice. I don't think they're boys. I think they're just like, I'm fucking sovereign. I'm sovereign. Eat my fucking dick. Like that's what it kind of looks like to me. But
I mean,
that itself might build some sort of alliance. You know, like hey, we want to be our own thing, and you know, you can be commie California, we'll be bleeding heart red Texas. And
enemy of my enemy type thing. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think they're trying to play into kind of what already is there. So like, you know, everybody knows California and Texas. Like those are probably like the most recognizable states because like everybody, you know, there's so many sayings and like cultural ideas surrounding Texas and the same deal with California, except for they're like polar opposites in the way that people think about them. So I think that's kind of why they would say like, okay, for this movie, we're going to have these two states because they're like the most recognizable, be a little bit more independent or, you know, paint them as their own, you know, independent states, whereas like most of the other states, like I'm sorry, the states that we live in, like nobody really gives a shit about Pennsylvania or like most of the countries or the states around here, but Florida made a name for itself after 2020 especially, so that's kind of why they probably have like the southern states. I think that part is probably what, you know, they're going to make a center focus of the stories. Like the Florida Army's probably trying to take, or the South's trying to take over the entire country.
Oh, it could be that again too. That's right.
And I think the like Western forces, it's like a bunch of states that like no one really expected would be leading a resistance against the DC. You know, like no one thinks like who would lead a resist. Everyone thinks the South, Texas, like maybe California. If like Trump got elected, how they claimed he would like organize secede. Something like that, but then they're like Western forces, and it's like fucking like Montana's leading the charge here. Like,
I don't even fucking know where Montana is on a map. That or like Oregon,
and a bunch of steers are gonna try to take over. Okay, like calm the fuck down, calm down, sit down, Montana, fuck out of here. But they probably have a shit ton of guns and open in the land though, which is probably beneficial.
All those states are like the least populated states. I mean, I don't know about maybe Oregon or Seattle might be different because they have Portland and well, I said Seattle, but
I know what you meant, Washington, but
Washington. But like all those states have like a lot of them have less than 1 million people in the entire state.
Oh, dude,
oh wow, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, Staten Island has a bigger population than Montana. That's an island. That's an island that's 7 by 14 miles wide. And they have over 600,000 people on it. And Montana has like 500,000 people on it. Like, it's fucking crazy, dude.
Yeah, there's a bunch of there's a bunch of
I might be off on those a little bit, but like it is like Staten Island has more people than a lot of states.
There's a bunch of cities across America where mayors are actually governing more people than governors of states.
Right.
It's crazy.
Well, any major city for sure. LA mayor, New York mayor, like like for sure. So like they're alone. By the way, do you guys see what the New York mayor said today?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta find it. It's the funniest shit in the world. It's psychotic.
It's that black guy, right?
Yeah. So
Eric Adams. He's he was trying to put vegan lunches in for kids. I did a whole podcast on it a while back, and it's not good. I think he was virtue signaling, you know, it's the usual kind of green New Deal kind of stuff, where basically like, we're trying to go green and, you know, go plant-based for climate change.
Yeah, no. So that guy, fun fact, he was a captain or chief in the NYPD. I know those are two very different things, but it was started with the C. I just can't remember which one it was. And he was a typical like dummy. Like he has no brain in his head. He just followed what anybody told him to do. So they were like, "You're perfect for every position because you'll just be a fucking puppet." This is like true, right? So like when he was in the NYPD, they put him in like really high role. Like I think he was like the chief of like patrol at one point, which is like one of the big three. Like chief of patrol is like chief of every single car you see in NYPD, like every patrol car, every like fucking unit. Like he was in charge of that, you know. And it's like, but he's dumb as fucking rocks, dude. Like he has no brain. Like he again, total puppet master, right? So when the mayor position opened, they're like, because you'll do whatever the fuck we say, and he was like, okay, and he just like went around. So when he has to actually speak anytime on his own, he just comes off exactly who he is, a fucking dummy, right? So this is what he said today on some local show in New York. Hold on, if I can share it, pull it up, boom. All right, do you guys see this?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you look at the totality of the year, you have to describe it and the stuff to do in one word. What would that word be, and tell me why?
New York. This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open. This is very, very complicated.
I mean, that's it. You guys got it.
Of all things to say, like, you think you would lead with, like, yeah, you could take a nice tour on the subway and, see all the culture and wildlife. Not, oh, yeah, you may just see a plane crashing into the World Trade Center.
Dude, I like to think, like, his staffers or whoever was like, all right, man, I mean, as long as you don't still mention the worst terrorist attack that ever happened in New York City history, like, I'm sure you'll be fine in this interview. And he's like, 9/11.
Biffed it.
It's like right away.
Yeah, New York's a real diverse city. Sometimes you may see a terrorist attack and 3,000 people may die on any given day.
Like you said it, he led with that. That was the first thing he could think of when someone's like, when you think of New York City, what do you think of? Planes crashing into buildings.
Dude, that's like someone that's like not from New York, that's never even stepped foot in New York, that would say that.
Yeah.
Like that's like
why it was right, and that's the thing. He's from there.
Yeah, no, it's so crazy because like that's what I think of when I think New York. I'm like, oh, 9/11 happened there. Like I've never stepped foot in the city, so like I'm some like outsider.
So T-Rex, he was captain. So he wasn't chief of patrol, but he was I think he might have been a captain in the patrol bureau. I forgot exactly. But he was like they put him in like really high position just because he was a fucking dummy. But yeah, that's why when he said that, I was like, yeah, of course he said that. This guy's a fucking dumb asshole. But it's so funny.
Yeah, literally the first thing you think of, like, to say on live television, and like the when I recorded that podcast, I want to say this was probably like 6 or 8 months ago. He looked pretty rough. So I mean, they had him all done up and looking all good for the camera, and then literally he's just like, 9/11 happened, and you could see that New York. Like, come on, man.
The FBI just raided his like not office, but like it was campaigning stuff, like money stuff. The FBI just is getting involved.
Yeah.
So he's like, of course, but that's my point, because he's a perfect dummy. So they're like, oh, we're gonna completely run corrupt shit through you, and you're the fall guy. We don't give a fuck about. Like, it's so obvious. Like, it's so obvious, and he's just like, okay, here I go to work. Like, he is that type of like. He's like the Rob Gronkowski of like political mayors. Like, he's just like, I'm gonna go play football today. That's like Rob Gronkowski. Like, he's that. He's just a dumb blockhead, dude.
I don't pay attention to like him a lot, but I did see a couple months back that he was like kind of critical of the like immigrants coming to New York.
Yeah, so funny.
Like there was, and so I don't really pay attention to that. Then all I saw that his house was being raided. So I was like, is he like, because he made a comment against like the regime's policy that they're like, oh
no, it wasn't. No. So he didn't make a comment about the immigrant thing. No, in fact, his mouthpiece is he supports that. He was like, we can't have all these Texas immigrants coming to New York City. We can't be doing. That's what he was doing. He was doing that thing. No, he was like, we need sanctuary cities, but we got too many people here. So other cities, though. It's like, you're the mayor of New York. Shut the fuck up. Like, you don't get to tell Florida and Texas what to fucking do. Like, it's crazy.
Jay,
good.
Yeah, Jay Forte, they'll Cuomo him.
Oh, yeah.
New York City is New York love or something like that. New York City is New York tough. Yeah, no, you just like, spanking fannies and killing grannies. I think that's what the saying was.
It's like, these people don't get, they're just as good as their worth to these people. And then once their worth runs out, not only do they let them go, they fucking bury them. Like, they fucking tank them because they want to make them completely what's the word it looks like untrustworthy. Like like this guy's a fucking this guy can't be credited with what he says. He's a fucking lunatic. Like he's a fucking criminal. He's this, he's that, whatever excuse you want to use.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of saw this with the Afghanistan withdrawal and Biden, is that as soon as he did that one thing that was against what the entire government and mainstream media wanted, everybody turned on him. There wasn't a single person that was praising him for the Afghanistan withdrawal. I mean, granted, yeah, there was a lot of shit that could have went better, but I mean, it was still the right thing to do. But like, everybody fucking hounded his ass from top to bottom about that. So I mean, that's just like a small, I don't want to say like a full example of it, but it's definitely like will show you that like as soon as you step out of line, you're in for some pain.
100%. It's always that. You're not allowed to, but we all know that. Like it's so obvious with their own. Oh, dog.
I saw another one run up against you, and I heard one screaming. Was that the one that was screaming?
Yeah, my girlfriend's not here, so I left the door open so they don't like freak out.
Okay, yeah. See, if I leave my door shut, then you'll hear scratch, and then my Doberman Australian Shepherd mix will come running in.
Yeah, my dog doesn't give a shit. He's just sleeping. He doesn't.
But this thing is like the most. It's a pug, dude. It's the most useless dog in the world. It's just
I hear him trying to breathe right now.
You can't even do that, dude.
He can't even breathe. This idiot can't even breathe properly. We really did fuck that breed up so bad. That's so fucked up what we did to them.
Yeah, like did you ever see
royalty?
Yeah, did you ever see the meme of like the dogs, like how they breed them? It's like you had a wolf at one point, and then they show like a pug a couple pictures down. It's like, how the fuck did you get that?
Dude, the whole dog evolution fascinates me. Because it is that. It really is that to its core. It's like there were gray wolves, and now we have a dog who can't breathe because we just like the way it looks. Like that's the exact evolution of dogs. And like it's wild.
Well, if they were like dynasty dogs or, like dogs that were like highly sought after in China, that kind of makes me wonder. So like if a lot of China's deserts, which still is to this day, then I wonder if like it was an evolutionary advantage for those dogs, pugs specifically, to have like a little bit more restricted nasal passages so that way sand wouldn't get in their noses. But then it really wouldn't make sense because their eyes are really, really big and bug-eyed. So their eyes would be very vulnerable to get sand and stuff in it. But I almost wonder if like the nasal passages were so that like sand couldn't go up in and it would stay out.
It's such a logical way of thinking. I just thought the dog was like retarded.
I mean, that might have something to do with it too.
I think that is a logical way of thinking. I just think it's people like, I like the short-faced dog. Like that. Yeah. Simple as that. It's like,
look at this thing. It's so ugly. It's cute. We should make more of it. Make it uglier and cuter.
Yeah. Make sure it only has a 4-year lifespan because it can't do anything genetically that it's supposed to be doing.
People come up to you, oh, my pug just died. How old is it? 5? Oh, you did great.
T-Rex made the joke that I was thinking. I was like, should I say it? Maybe they were bred that way because they would taste better in fried rice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody, all you guys probably have a story of a local Chinese place that everybody used to say they saw people run out back with knives chasing cats and dogs.
Yeah. Or like all the local cats like disappeared like after like a few weeks span. Like, where are all these feral cats I saw?
Dude,
yeah, I'll tell you what that. God.
When I was in Korea, like actually in South Korea, when we had a field op, and we were like, I felt like honestly, I felt like the government just like took over some poor South Korean like farmers' land, and we're like, yeah, we're gonna train here. But regardless, like miles away at night, only at night, we could hear dogs like barking in the distance, and we found out that it was a dog farm, and you would hear like a loud. It was not like a gunshot. I don't know what they used, but you hear one go off, and then all the dogs would shut up, dude. It was really weird.
The Warren Van what's his face with the fucking Nazi guy? Jesus Christ, from NASA.
The Austrian painter.
No. The guy started NASA. Jesus Christ.
I don't know his name.
Werner Van Braun. Is that his name?
Hold on, I'll Google it.
Holy shit, dude, my brain is just fried. I can't even.
Dwight D. Eisenhower?
Definitely not. No, it's the Nazi that we pulled over from Germany. Werner von Braun, right? Werner von Braun. Yes, thank you. Yeah.
That's literally, yeah. If you Google it, wow, I can't believe Google fucking bullshits you like that. Huh.
Oh, really? You can't believe? Also, this joke isn't worth it now because now this bit is the name, and so this joke is gone. Forget it. Like, if I was able to say the name right away, it would have been funny, but now it's fucking dead.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Oh, so we also had the gay sex scandal stuff that we were going to talk about.
Oh, the gay butt sex. Yeah, dude. I'll tell you what. Nothing nothing will get conservatives watching gay porn like liberals doing gay stuff. Like one of my favorite tweets this past week was literally I tweeted out. The one dude said, "Oh, I'm so sick of this. We need Trump back." I'm like, "Yeah, I watched gay porn 10 times to own the libs."
Yeah, dude. That's the other thing too, man. It's like I don't give a shit about the government buildings. Like they should all be fucking bukkakied. I don't give a fuck, right? Like who cares? But it's the hypocrisy that I don't like. Where if this was like a right wing thing, that if they were like, if anyone was even like smoked the joint, like if it was like a conservative guy smoked the joint in the White House, be like
Willie Nelson
desecrating democracy, but they're like, who cares? Yeah, fuck them. It's like that's what I hate.
Love is love.
Yeah, that's the only thing I hate about it. I don't give a shit that they were doing it in the bill. Who gives a fuck? It's not like fuck that place. Like
it's like like they made it such a big deal that those people on January 6th desecrated and vandalized the Capitol.
Right.
But like some staffers are like butt fucking in some hearing room and post it on Instagram.
But you could come and pink sock your fucking lover because you fucking it's fucking dumb as fuck, dude. Yes.
Yeah, so how many times does 49 go into 22? Do you know?
Is that a real question?
Yes.
Well, at least twice. 2.5. Is this a joke? Are you setting up for a joke?
Yeah. Well, apparently a lot if you're Bill Clinton.
Jeez.
You know what's funny is I had a teacher in college, and he was the nerdiest looking fucking dude in the world. And he was the one that told me that joke. I'm like, oh, all right.
Nice. Wow. Nice. Yeah, I just don't give a shit. Like,
but I mean that kind of like goes to the point. Yeah, that goes to the point that fucking Bill Clinton, a Democrat president back fucking almost 30 years ago now, was fucking treating Monica Lewinsky's face as a fucking parachute. So like,
Jesus Christ. That's
I don't care. It's like, if I was a president, I'd probably be fucking interns too. It's like unlimited power in a way, like.
Yeah, I mean,
social power. It's a limited social power for sure. Like if you're any president, past president, whatever, or like you have unlimited social. I'm not saying you have like unlimited access to do whatever you want, but socially, you could go anywhere almost in the world, that accepts us. And you're a fucking like king. Like I'm sure people will treat you like a god. Like go to Europe or something like that, especially some fucking if you're like Biden, who they love as is, over there. I'm sure they'll blow him.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like you're considered like the most affluent person on the face of the planet when you're the president because you're in charge of the world's most powerful military. So, like, hell yeah, you're gonna go get a fucking blow. You go to Korea or something like that, you're fucking slamming an intern on the desk or two. Like, why the fuck not? Jesus Christ, if I was a president, I'd fucking do it too. Yeah, I don't think any dude in America is like, that Bill Clinton's a real scumbag. I think everybody was probably like, yeah, I don't blame him.
I get it.
Yeah.
It's like
all the women will probably
guys will see that and be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, they're probably right next to their wives, and she was probably like, "Oh my god, this is so gross," and he's just like, "Yeah, honey, it's awful about that."
I think South Park did it the best with like rich dudes who are successful. Do you guys remember that episode from a few years back? This was during the Tiger Woods thing when he, crashed a car. It was during that all the time, and everyone was like, it's just, like everyone was doing like playing up the bit where everyone's like, I don't understand why all these super successful, powerful, rich men want to just keep having sex with different women. Like that was what they were saying. And scientists do an experiment. They throw a bunch of chimps like behind glass, and they just throw a bunch of money at one chimp. And then Chimp starts like fucking all the other chimps and like flexing and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, that's the answer, man. Like once you get like, yeah, that's what it does. Like, it's not rocket science to figure out why dudes do that.
Speaking of Tiger Woods, one thing that I'll never forget was my band opened for Steel Panther back in, I think it was September of 2020. And they have a song called Just Like Tiger Woods. And their singer, we were in Butler. So, I mean, this is the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Pennsylvania. He's looking out in the field. He said, hey, we know Tiger Woods. And he's actually from here in Butler, right? And, obviously it's night. So everyone's, cheering and screaming. They're like, yeah, but you can't see him out there because he's black. And I'm like, oh my God, they really just fucking said that on stage. So, yeah, the song, I'll pull up the lyrics here in a second. But yeah, it fucking cracked me up. Just like...
Wait, is he really from Pennsylvania?
That's ballsy.
No.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah.
No, geez, yeah. If you don't golf, that's okay. You could be a tiger anyway. Lie through your teeth, and when things get tough, or your balls are going to wind up in the rough. If you want to be like Tiger Woods, fertilizing ladies in the neighborhood, get real rich, and you will find all the hot chicks will want to grind.
Dude, Tiger Woods you could argue is morally wrong, but he didn't do anything illegal. Like, who it's like people fucking again attacked him because he's like, yeah, he's fucking porn stars. Like, okay, yeah, man, you probably shouldn't be doing that when you're married, but like that's not for us to say.
Yeah. Fuck, maybe his wife was good with it. That's the other thing. Like, we don't fucking know that. Maybe his wife was like,
it wasn't because that's what caused the car accident.
Okay, fair enough.
Golf club.
All right, yeah. So the bitch was not. But like, look. So Adam, you probably know Alonzo Bowden. He's like a crazy leftist, but like his comedy's actually really good. He had a bit about Tiger Woods. He's like, yeah, I feel like the whole game changes when you buy your wife an island. Like, I don't care what you do, just don't fuck on my island.
Yeah.
Like, who the fuck does that? Yeah. His fucking bits on Tiger Woods were fucking great. But, I mean, he kind of had a point. Like, if you buy your wife an island, like, just don't fuck on my island. That's all I ask.
Totally fair. The 90s. You ever hear of the Cowboy House?
No.
So, in the 90s, Michael Irvin and, like, other Dallas Cowboys, right? They wanted to, like, fuck their side pieces, but they wanted to be like, respectful about it. So, they just bought a house. Like a mansion, like a few of them. Like Irvin was like the ringleader, but like a few of them just bought a mansion together, like not too far from like the stadium, I think. And they just would throw parties there like every day, and just bang chicks, like fucking do drink, whatever, like especially in the off season,
just during the season, state, but in the NFL.
Like but like to the highest level you could do that because they have millionaires. Yeah, this was the 90s, and like I could only imagine the lawsuits, cancellations, and arrests that would come out of that place today.
Oh yeah. They had rooms for shit. They had rooms specifically for specific things. Like they were doing some wild shit.
They're signing NDAs as they step through the door, dude.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's the butt fuck room. That's the bukkake room.
Yeah. It's like the Drake thing where he has them all sign NDAs, and then he also found that one girl like poking holes in his condom, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like that shit insane to be on that level as a human being, where people are trying to get pregnant with your kid. Like that's wild,
dude. There was a crazy story, and this is why again, just government and laws are wild. I forgot it was in the 80s, maybe the 90s, maybe I can't remember when, but this basketball player. Banging chicks, have a condom. This chick goes into the bathroom, pulls the condom out of the garbage, inseminates herself with a condom, has the baby, and the guy was like, what? And then the court was like, no, give her millions of dollars now.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah. I mean, there have been situations where teachers have, with kids of theirs, and the kids eventually became liable for those kids.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa.
Speaking of this topic, Kyle, you've been talking some shit on
I love it.
Shit on Twitter.
It gets people so mad. I love it. Like I lost a little bit of followers today. We were talking about this before we hopped on air. Yeah, I pissed a lot of people off recently as a married dude. But like the fact is that people don't look at it, and a lot of guys who are going into marriages and shit like that, they're not ready for it. Like they had like one girl, and this is the love of their life. They have this narcissistic fantasy built up in their head of how this marriage is going to go. And then eventually you come down off that honeymoon high, and then you realize, oh, she's just a woman, just like every other fucking woman on the face of the planet. She's not someone special, and she's not yours. It's just your turn right now. So you might as well learn to fucking understand what that is and then understand that, like, okay, well, I have to approach this in a reasonable way, and understand that she will take me for all of my shit if I don't maintain my end of the bargain, and if I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And most guys don't ever fucking think about that. They just get fucking taken for a ride. So yeah, I love fucking jacking people off about this stuff because it gets everybody angry.
What was the actual tweet? I didn't say it, or maybe I did say it.
I had a couple. I literally asked a question earlier, and some dude, he called me. My new title now, I want to make sure I get this right. A garage band podcaster mechanic. That's what I was called today.
Oh, you got
put that in your bio.
You got the equivalent of what I get.
What's that?
So you got garage band as an insult for you being a musician. I just get failed comic.
Yeah, but I mean, like, failed comics, it seems kind of like that's like, you know, I think most people kind of understand that. Like, you could write that off like, you know, you're still a comic anyways. But like GarageBand, I'm like, man, that's a new one. Like, I haven't got that one yet. The first question I asked, I said, what is the benefit of a marriage over a long-term relationship for men in 2023? And then I also tweet out, go get married. Yeah, she could take you for your kids, your house, and everything you got, but that's your fault if it happens. So that's typically what people say, is that, you know, if you get divorced, oh, it's your fault. And yeah, I mean, people are going.
That was the one that I was like,
was that the one that you retweeted Charlie Kirk?
Oh, no, the one that I retweeted Charlie Kirk. I literally just said, what is the benefit of marriage over a long-term relationship for men in 2023? Yeah, well, and people were fucking tweaking.
In that video, Charlie Kirk's like, get married young and have children as soon as possible. And it's like, dude, you literally, he got married at 27, didn't have his first kid until he was 30. He built a fucking empire for himself.
Exactly. Well,
years of his adult life working before he got married. It's like, what are you?
That's the fucking point, though. That's why I get pissed off at these fucking dudes who are older and have a whole fucking empire established where they're, you know, millionaires in some cases, and they're telling all these other guys to go get married. Like, hold on here. These women that are marrying you, you're the cream of the crop, and you have a lot of money that, like, yeah, you could lose, but you'll generally be okay after a divorce because you're making enough money at this point. Guys like us, you know, we get taken to the fucking cleaners and be zeroed out. And guys in their, you know, 40s or 50s who kind of live a middle class life for most of their life, and then they get divorced in their 40s and 50s, those are most likely dudes to off themselves. So, like, just telling people, oh yeah, go get married and have kids as soon as possible. I'm sorry if I'm, you know, if I sound rude when I say this, but I think it's a little bit irresponsible to not tell people, like, hey, you should be very, very careful with these fucking decisions because you could get fucked in the worst way. And yeah,
just like the risk doesn't outweigh the like reward, and people get pissed off at that because then they're like, well, that's not what marriage is about. It's not a reward. And it's like, you're right, it's not, but it shouldn't be so risky for one side and not the other. Like, it doesn't make sense
exactly
how that.
And you're an asshole for pointing that out. Right. You are an asshole for pointing that out. And that's what everybody said to me. You're an asshole for just asking those fucking questions. Yeah. No, I'm not an asshole. I just have men's interests in fucking mind. I'm asking the questions that need to be asked because I care about fucking men while nobody else does. Everybody wants us. What is it? Every time you hear TradCon talking about it, what is it? Responsibility, 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 responsibility. Well, where is the commensurate authority to affect that responsibility? Because currently in marriages, we have 100% responsibility and 0% legal authority. If a woman is pissed off in a marriage, she can divorce you, still take your money, and still get treated as a wife, right? But if your woman, you know, if your woman's not having sex with you, and once again, I'm not ranting and raving about this because it's my situation. It's not. But, like, you know, your side as a guy in a marriage is not legally enforceable. If you're a woman, it is. That's the fucking problem. And that's why guys are opting out of marriage. So people can call, you know, me, you guys an asshole for that all they like. But the fact is, it's fucking true. And it needs to be a conversation. If you want to, if you're serious about getting people married again, then you have to have that conversation. If you're not, you're just fucking LARPing.
No, you guys made good points because it's like, if you just sometimes like just saying the shit out loud in the simplest way is the most obvious. Like, it makes people go, oh yeah. If you just went, all right, so let's say you guys get married and then you don't cheat on her. You just guys have irreconcilable differences and you guys split naturally. So you're telling me that I lose my house, money, kids, dog, XYZ, and you get all that plus more? Yeah. How is that fair? Because that's what, and they go, when you go and lose the kid, yeah, you kind of do though.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. It's all of it. It's like, no, man, you get, and I know like some states are a little better than other states for sure. Like I know PA is like a little more fair, I think, with it, but dude, go to New York and good luck. Good luck, dude. They don't give a fuck how much money you make. It's like each kid is like a certain amount of money no matter what. It's not like other states where they'll like they see how much you make and they'll tally it out to be like, okay, well, let's say you have 3 kids, we'll average it out to this. Now New York is like, oh, you have 3 kids? Well, that's $3,000 a kid. Figure it out, dickhead, or you go to jail. That's not $3,000 per kid. I'm just saying, like it's like figure it out, you go to jail.
It's something crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and
and that's what you see. Like a lot of them that don't get jobs. Like it's better for them to not get a job,
right?
Because then they don't have to pay. Because if they don't have a job, they don't have anything to pay because they have no income. And then it just keeps going and going and going because then it leads to more deadbeat fathers or deadbeat fathers. And it's like, well, you're putting these people in like horrible positions. And I'm not saying there's plenty of don't get me wrong. Plenty of deadbeat fathers out there. Plenty of like there's plenty of dudes that don't want any of the responsibility ever, never had the responsibility in the first place, got a girl pregnant, equally on both parties at fault, but one ends up taking the responsibility where the other one doesn't. Completely understand. That's definitely a thing, and it happens quite often. Like I grew up with them in plenty of my friends growing up were in that situation. But at the same time, when you see like divorces and things like that, it's generally not that. Like they're not a deadbeat father after that. Like that's not what they were. They were completely loving father the entire time. Whether they had irreconcilable differences or whatever happened, they fell out of love or however it went. It's like, it doesn't mean that you get, weekends and like, it's just crazy and it doesn't make any sense.
Right. No, I agree. It's fucked up.
Yeah, it's all about incentives, and that's the thing. And people are like, "Oh, well, what do you mean you need a benefit to get married?" If you want guys to get married, and Luke and Typo, we talked about this when you guys were on my show. Like, we all want this. This isn't something that I'm like railing against. This is a change I want to see. But the problem is, we have to have this conversation and tell people, like, look, if you want men to get married and have families, then you need to make it like legally viable and enticing for men to do that. Because, like I said, if you're just going to tell them, well, you just have to man up, and then like anything that goes wrong, that's on you. If your woman racks up a whole ton of debt and then divorces you, you're responsible for that, or you have to pay alimony. Like, you can don't worry about that. Like everything will be fine. No, you have to have the conversation and say, like, hey, we're going to make things a little bit better for men. Like, hey, if she divorces you, because I mean, there have been situations that I know with people that I'm close with, their fucking wives went out and cheated on them, and guess what? They had to pay them $70,000, and they got separate custody from their fucking kids when the wife ran out on them. So I mean, that's the fucking divorce, the family court that we're fucking working against here. Women leave men, and then they still get rewarded for it. So like, we got to talk about incentives here. Women have a lot of incentives to take a man for everything he's got. Now, that's not to say that like you should not get married under any circumstances. If you as a guy know what you're doing, and you have a great relationship with your wife and you want to have kids and stuff like that, I do think marriage is a good idea, but just understand the incentives and understand that there is a certain expectation upon you as a guy in a marriage to maintain. So like if you get fat, lazy, and you're a piece of shit, then don't be surprised when your wife wants to leave you because you didn't do the same things that attracted her to maintain that. So there's a burden of performance on guys, but the problem is that even if a woman's subjective standards of her being satisfied with your performance changes, then you could get fucked at any moment. And as guys, we don't have that same legal recourse that women do. And like I said, that's just the conversation that needs to happen before we ever talk about some kind of renaissance in marriage or, returning to saving the West, which is what everybody wants to do, but nobody wants to have the, 360 conversation.
Well, we should just be gay. That's what you should just be
there we
gay
go.
and
Yes.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. And go get
That's what
go get vasectomy so we can all be gay.
Yeah. The AIDS in the Senate are just,
we're going to be gay. We definitely
no need for
gay. You don't need that at all. I mean, we're just going to be fucking dumb bros.
Adam,
can't get what?
Women or men can still get pregnant, Adam. Okay, so
that's true. You're right.
We have Sam as a living example.
Dude. And if we're bags, we'll get hired as Democratic staffers. So we'll be.
There we go.
Yeah. And they're always stealing money, so we might make bank off that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to imagine that like a lot of those Democrat staffers probably are doing pretty damn well. Like, I know I mostly kind of knock the right because it's like my side, but like, you know, I see the donations that go to right wingers, specifically like Trump with the election fraud lawsuits, where they paid like, I think he got $240 million in donations and only spent 40 million of that on like lawsuits. You have to imagine it's like 10 times worse for fucking Democrats because they have all of mainstream media and all the corporations on their side. Imagine the fucking payouts they're getting. Like, you know, they're just fucking raking in millions easy.
Hey, totally off topic, Kyle. I just saw Kyle's flat Earth tweet. I was clearing my Twitter. We should absolutely do a flat Earth episode.
I'm totally for it because like my whole question is, what would substantially change? What would be meaningfully different if the world was flat? Like, taking everything into context, I don't understand the significance. I really don't.
End of it, and I don't necessarily like believe the flat Earth thing, but it's interesting for sure. I don't believe what any government agency tells me. So why are they telling the truth about space and shit? That's all my point. That's my point right there. So it starts there. That's why.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think it's just the why. I think it's just the why. Why lie about it?
Why? Right. So what flat earthers who really do all their research in this, whatever, like write shit and make documentaries about this, is there's extra land that is not for us, essentially.
Okay. That seems to track.
Yeah. There's extra shit. There's extra vegetation. There's like extra, like, you know, all this extra space that is not for dummies like us, and that's for whatever reason. I don't know what they're doing with it. Again, this isn't my bag. I just know a little bit about it because it's interesting to me. But that's the why. So there's your why. Now,
okay. Well,
you know,
yeah. So I've heard people say that. So I guess my follow-up question to that would be like, I feel like if that was the reality, which I'm not saying isn't or is, like, I don't know. I lean towards it's probably not, but like I feel like if there were people there, then they would have all the same access to the internet like we do, because I mean, you could see reporters over in Gaza getting blown up right now, and you know it's a very, very poor area. Same deal with Africa, same deal with China, same deal with everywhere in the world. We're connected to those people, and like you can even find videos of Metallica playing in Antarctica, for fuck's sake. So
true.
like,
they're actually only banned to do that, all 7 continents. But no, I don't think it's like there's people there. I think it's just like there's extra land that governments are using around the world. Like, it's not like a thriving civilization or anything like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like it would have been discovered by now. You know, like it would be good public knowledge.
Ever hear Admiral Byrd?
Yeah, I heard. Okay, so basically, he said like my understanding of that was, somebody literally just tweeted this to me today, and I didn't know this, so I thought it was really interesting that you're not allowed as a civilian to travel to Antarctica, which like I don't think there's like an explicit law, but in a roundabout way, they said like you're not allowed to travel to or like past Antarctica, which is interesting. Okay,
you can. It's just very hard. It's like hard to do, but you can do it. Yeah, but like the Admiral Byrd shit's interesting because he was like a decorated naval admiral from the war and shit. And they were like, after World War II, they're like, yo, go explore Antarctica. And he was like, all right. He goes down there. He writes a diary. He's like, yo, there's hollow earth. There's entrances into the, I seen fucking extra land. I seen past the ice shelves. He did interviews about it. He's like, I'm not crazy. We saw it. And they're like, shut up, bitch. like, so that's weird in itself. You know what I'm saying? Like there's things around it where even if it's not flat earth, I still think there might be extra shit that we don't know about, is my point. You know, especially when you have
it's earth with some cheese.
Yeah, like you know,
cheese on it.
I think it's interesting that enough people were like, no, there's a little more to this than we say there or whatever. You know, like they say there. That's it. That's my point. I think it's interesting. So there's reasons. I just don't know them or what they are, or like.
I mean, obviously. I would be thrilled to learn more about it, but like I said, I just feel like it would be a little bit more well known if it was a thing. And I mean, maybe, like I said, maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe it's like a huge fucking thing and there's absolutely undeniable proof for it. I just haven't seen any.
Oh no! I mean, you're not gonna. It's kind of like a God thing. We're not gonna find proof of God. Like it's just like it's.
Well, I mean, we're talking about something like physically tangible, though. Fair. Like you could touch New York City.
Yeah.
You could. I feel like you'd probably have some kind of, and maybe not. Maybe I'm full of shit.
If I haven't seen it, it's all fake.
But to be fair, the guy was like, "No, I saw it." So it's like he did see it. He, you know. So I don't know. I also. So this is my culmination of flat Earth. I was interested in it one day, and I found on Rumble this 8-hour documentary this guy put together, and I watched it.
Please tell me you watched it
over the course of like a few days. Yeah, yeah, I was playing Madden. I would.
Oh,
dude, what the fuck, dude?
All right, flat Earth confirmed.
Fucking got him,
dude.
Flat Earth is confirmed.
I was really mad and cut him. Get him out of here.
Oh my god, yeah. They're getting onto him. He's picking at seeds with the bones of the babies.
You thought Jews was the hot topic? No, man. This is
Flat Earth.
It's the globalists, dude. The people that believe in a globe. It's big global. Big global got him.
Dude, that was crazy.
Turning profits all around the globe, yeah. So apparently we could talk shit about the Jays all we like. It's just as soon as you start touching flat Earth, you get fucking nuked. Yeah.
Dude,
Adam better come back. Like, wild. Seriously.
Yeah, because I don't know how to end this. I don't know how to end it. Like we want.
No, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm guessing everybody has a stream this to your audience button in the top right corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that means we can't end it. We need somebody else to end it. Hey!
Oh shit!
Oh, they got him!
They got him. It's not Adam anymore.
Tell you.
It's not Adam anymore. This
Flat Earth confirmed.
That was crazy.
This is not Adam. It's not Adam. Don't believe him.
This is not real
Anything he says after this is not real.
Yeah, the Earth is round.
Adam's
right?
Replaced, dude.
Holy
this isn't
fuck!
the same Adam. I don't know if he can hear us yet.
No, this camera's fucked for sure. Hold on, I think it's fucked.
The whole camera got fucked?
Yeah, it's fucked.
Oh, did it shit the bed?
No, it's on. It's just not like streaming. I
Do you
just
think
play
your
with my regular laptop camera? Weird as fuck.
Is your camera broken then?
No, it's on. It's on right now.
But like you can't go to it.
I can't. Well, let me hold on.
Dickie Walnut speaking facts in the comments. I'm just saying, shout out to Dickie.
Yeah. Nice. I had a Santa hat on kind of like that over the weekend when my wife and I were at my band players at Christmas party.
I just want to say Sean Strickland is the best UFC fighter. I don't know. You probably didn't see it, Kyle, but he beat the shit out of the guy that he's
no, I did see that.
Supposed to beat the shit out of
it was hilarious. Yeah, he was
family. He asked the family.
Super kind too. Super kind.
Extremely nice. Like, hey, just scoot over. Jumps over right when they move and beats the fucking crap out of Dricus Duplessis. It was awesome. It was hilarious.
We should.
He's the best.
Yeah, we should watch that before Sean Strickland. Yeah. Okay, here we go. As soon as he gets
released it in HD.
They what?
They released it in HD. The UFC did.
Fuck yeah, they're gonna do it.
Yeah, but everything before that, it was all cameras, and no other sports would do that. They'd be like, "Oh, we don't want our, champions or whatever to we don't want to show them in that light." Now the UFC is like, right after everything ended, they're like, "Let's upload this right now."
Yeah. All right, Adam needs to get back in here so I can share this because I can't wait to watch this. Let's see, share screen. Yeah, I saw that. It was so funny because he's so kind too.
Yeah. Well, so that was fuck, what's his name? It was his wife
or something like that.
Gilbert Burns. It was Gilbert Burns' wife and his kid, and they were like, Gilbert Burns' wife tweeted afterwards like, I'm not a big fan of Sean Strickland, but he was incredibly nice before he asked us to move it, before he went and fought Dricus. Dickie Walnuts, he was like, Joe Rogan and DC, Daniel Cormier reacted so gaily to it, and they did. It was so garbage. So like, we don't want that from our champions. That's horrendous. Like blah 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 blah. And it's like, What the? That's exactly what I want. Sean Strickland has one of the craziest years this year. He fucking fucked up his division, beat Israel Adesanya, held a fucking dude at gunpoint in front of his own house because they were trying to break in, beat the shit out of Dricus du Plessis in the last main event of the year. It was amazing. That dude's living on cloud 9.
Yeah, and then I mean I don't know shit about MMA, but I was gonna say his tweets are fucking awesome.
Oh, and he's been amazing on Twitter. Yes, absolutely. Fucking phenomenal on Twitter.
Yeah.
He's so fucking funny on Twitter. The Sean Strickland, man. That dude's a G. Did they let you share your screen or no?
No, they have to put it up. I can't put it up. I messaged him in the chat.
Wow. We're basically useless.
It's never gonna happen.
No, we're just gonna do the stream for eternity. We're stuck here.
They just left us here stuck.
Well, you know what I could do? I could start. Yeah, I'm gonna join by myself. Hey!
Oh, there he is.
This camera spot. I can't even get it back to where it was, but I literally gotta work.
Dude, that's not Adam. That's not Adam.
That's not
Adam.
The replacement, dude. It's like on an angle. It's definitely on an angle. This camera. It's gonna fall in a second. I know it. It's gonna break and be furious. I can't end the stream, by the way. I heard you guys. I can't end the stream. I don't have the button to end the stream. Sam has to end the stream.
Oh my god!
It's never gonna end.
Which I said to him before we started. I said, Sam, I can't start it. You only can fucking. You gotta fucking.
All right, so does can you add the video to the screen then?
Yeah, I could do. I could do.
Oh yeah, can you? And you're on the wrong microphone. All right, you guys see that?
Enlarge it. This is amazing.
This is great.
Politely ask him. Throw some bows down on top. Falls eventually. He's on top of chairs. What do you expect? There's a video of Chito Vera, Marlon Chito Vera. He's another UFC fighter, and he's in the background, and he's like watching it, and he's just.
Oh, here we go. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Sean Strickland went ham. Sean Strickland.
Yeah, he wasn't playing around.
Did you see?
That shit was awesome.
Oh yeah, so they got all sorts of different views.
Oh, they do. Jesus.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, there's views all around. And if you ever find the UFC, they release like a fucking good one. This is like after.
Sean Strickland and.
Before we get on,
it might be the third one down. Oh wait, no, this might be it right here.
We teased that we were going to show you the dust up between.
Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, play the whole thing.
Okay.
Baby.
Oh yeah, he was so nice.
Points the gun at him.
Duplessis dodges.
Yeah.
White tee, fucking just chilling, looking like a straight up Chad.
To move.
See, smiling and everything.
Oh my goodness!
Oh wow!
Out of nowhere. That's kind of crazy. Well, he told him. Well, you could see Drake is behind him, still kind of talking.
There's so many UFC fighters right here, like big names. Brandon Moreno was there. He was a former champion. You got who else is right there? You got Diego Lopez, who's a come-up kid. Obviously, Dricus du Plessis and Sean Strickland. This is what you want from a champion. He's the most. Huh?
Wasn't Voltaire there too?
Chuck. I don't know who Voltaire is. Chuck Liddell was right there.
The guy that starts with
Volkanovski. Voltaire. Voltaire is like a Renaissance writer. I was like, wait, what?
I'm terrible with names.
Yeah, Volkanovski was right there. Yeah, Marlon Chito Vera. He's just in the background, like, woo, yeah. It's so fucking funny. Yeah, dude, that's amazing. That was fucking amazing. Sean Strickland kills it.
Yeah, I saw that video, and I can't believe like how well he was, like just so well mannered. Just hey, can you?
Yeah. But Dickie said it best. He's like, "Do not fuck with a man who wears his truck keys on a carabiner." You can't. And wears a white tee to. He's a UFC champion. Wears a plain white tee that he got from Walmart and some fucking what I don't even remember jeans. I think he's wearing jeans.
Yeah.
And just fucking chilling in the front row, fucking watching some main events.
The interview with Dana White after it too, where he was
what'd
like,
he say?
He was like, he basically admitted that it was stupid of him to sit them next to each other because he's in charge of the seating. And he's like, what kind of dumbass seats the next main card fighters right next to each other? It was like, this guy does. I don't know how I missed that, but that was so dumb of me. But he was laughing.
I could believe. Yeah, I could believe they did it on purpose because, like, that went viral. Like, everybody was fucking watching that. So it's possible that he was like, yeah, I know Sean is a little bit of a, I don't know, I don't know him that well, but, like, maybe he thought, hey, Sean's a hothead, so maybe he'll try to beat his ass and maybe I'll go viral. Like, people will do shit like that. Like, that's what, when we were watching that stream or that video of HS Tiki Talkie and John Zerka fighting, like, fucking streamers down in Florida will just beat each other's asses for clout. So, like, that shit is not out of the realm of possibility at this point. People will literally fight just to get eyes on the internet. That's not me, but other people will do it.
Yeah, well, and the whole thing is like they had a press conference the day before, and they were all in on it. And Sean O'Malley and Sean Strickland were talking back and forth, and Dreykus and him were talking back and forth. These are just other guys, but Dreykus is the guy that he's fighting in. I think it's March, or maybe February. I don't know, sometime soon. And so he was talking to them, and they were like, Sean Strickland was talking to Sean O'Malley, who's like the very colorful headed, skinny guy that's been all over the place. Yeah. So he's a big UFC fighter. He's the champion in his division. But he was like, Sean Strickland was like, what's up with the men these days letting their wives fuck other dudes, like blah, 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 like going after them. And then he was like, at least my dad didn't fuck me. And Sean Strickland's like, oh, okay. And then there was a whole thing about, child abuse, and like Sean Strickland's talked about it. Apparently he went on Theo Vaughn's podcast and cried today. He talked about it. I don't know. It should be interesting when that comes out. Theo Vaughn has a way of breaking people down kind of funnily. So should be interesting to see Sean Strickland on Theo Vaughn. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a damn good fight because Sean Strickland doesn't put together shitty main events or shitty fights. He always fights. He's just he either gets knocked out or he'll fucking go. Yeah, he's super interesting.
Yeah, he's just exciting. You don't know what he's gonna say next. Like he'll go there, dude. That's what's awesome about him. And even if you're not into fighting, you can just listen to him talk, and you're like, this guy is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great. So none of us can end this. If we all just leave studio, will it end?
I don't know. We could find out though. So maybe we could just do plugs and see what happens if we all abandon the stream.
Just abandon the stream. It's gonna be fucking chilling.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I will watch it live. Let me pull it up on mine. 5. Okay. No. Here we go. It's here. Give me 1 second. Okay. I will keep an eye on it, and I will tell you if I need it. Okay, so I'll do my plugs real quick, and then I guess we'll go around. So,
okay.
I know.
Thought he tried to talk. Go ahead.
So listen to this. Please tell me this makes sense. I have a ring light, okay, with its own USB thing for the power source. I have my camera attached to the ring light. Now, they're not like attached together. Like they're separate entities with their own plugs, right? Ring light going into a USB extension I have with like 4 extra ports. Camera going directly into my computer. My ring light was shutting off and then shutting my camera off with it.
Whoa.
How the fuck does that make sense? It does not make sense at all.
There's my other camera. The one I use for my light.
It's fucking, so I had it. Then I just shut the ring light off and left the camera on, and it was fine. And I was like, what?
Weird.
So then I took the ring light plug and plugged it into a wall separate from all the other computer shit, and now it's fine. So how does that work?
technology and shit.
You flat
Anyway,
the flat Earth technology.
We can't end the stream.
Well, that's why I was saying earlier
about that. Are we just gonna all leave the studio and
Yes,
see what
Sam's
happens?
gonna have to fucking edit it because he's dumb. I fucking
we're all just gonna fucking abandon ship, and I'll I guess we'll see if it ends the stream. So, anyways, my plugs. Well, you know what? Fine, it'll just be a blank stream. I don't know. We could find like a loop or something like that. Maybe just do like the Senate butt fucking on loop for like 10 hours or something like that. A Common Crown. We're gonna be releasing our new single "Cry" in hopefully like a week or something like that. I don't know exactly when it's going to come out, but can't wait for this fucking song to come out because I'm very, very proud of it. I think everybody's going to really like it. It's heavy as shit for at least our normal stuff. This week for me, what the hell? Wednesday night, Pat McFarlane and Connor Freeman on my show in Liberty and Health. And then Dickie is going to be coming on as well Thursday night. And then Cognitive Vigilance is going to be me. Me, Brandy Bishop, Ren Connell, I think he goes by on the interwebs, and Dave Smith. And yeah, that's all I got this week.
Nice.
Fuck yeah. Typo and I just had Mr. Sue on. It was a fucking dope ass show. Go check that one out. We got another one coming out tomorrow, right? It comes out tomorrow. It's just us maybe Wednesday.
Wednesday, probably, yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday. So it's Typo and I, and we're talking. We basically give our career workshop for trades and shit. That's basically what we did on this episode. Because we just, I changed jobs. Typo's been in his trade for almost a year now, or a little over a year now, and so we just kind of talked about that shit and like the different generations and how it's working. So go check that out on Biting the Bullet. It was a good time. So. Adam,
nice. Follow me at Adam Nutter, please, and go listen to the Cult of Us podcast. Boom, I do with the great Neil Wood. Actually, we're gonna record that about an hour. And come see me do comedy on the road. December 22nd. I'll fucking be in Philly. 2 shows, Myers Brewing Company, 7:30 and 9. January 12th, I'll be up in Connecticut. And then I'm doing like the fucking LP convention circuit. The weekend after that, I'll be in Florida, then Georgia, then I'm going to California, Minnesota, and possibly I'm doing Texas and possibly Alaska. So well, I want to go to Alaska one time in my life, and this is if I could fly out not on my dime, that'd be sick,
Nice.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'll be at all those conventions.
Tell me if the Earth looks flat or not.
I will.
On your way up there.
I'm gonna go to Denali Mountain and stand on top. and just look over. So so we're gonna
never comes back.
They're already trying to silence me with this camera ring situation, ring light situation.
Yeah, mess with your technology because you're talking about flat Earth.
Ring lights were made by the globalists.
Yeah, they resemble the globe, so they want you to believe that the world's around. Yeah. Also, I want to make sure I threw in there that the anti-war rally at the Lincoln Memorial, February 17th, the Rage Against the War Machine rally. I will definitely be there. Saturday, February 17th. I know some of the guys from antiwar.com and the Libertarian Institute are going to be there as well, but I'm definitely planning on being there. So if you see me and you see me Friday night or Saturday night, I'll probably be hammered off my ass and drinking a bottle of Crown. So hopefully I'll see you there.
Nice.
Dope.
All right,
guys.
Well, hopefully
That's
Sam ends this because we're leaving. So
yeah.
Yep.
He's responding in the group chat.
He is responding in the group chat. So also don't have your house flood, faggot. And then he just got on, so he's gonna hopefully end this.
Yeah, what kind of fag lets her house get flooded?
You're gonna tell water and Mother Nature what to do with you?
Oh
my God. So much. I hate him so much. Bye.
I'm leaving, Sam.
I'm leaving. Bye, Sam.
Never gonna run around and desert you.